New Mexico has a storied history in Western folklore. From Billy the Kid to Kit Carson, New Mexico was a wild and untamed place during the 1800s, and helping to fuel this unbridled mayhem was local whiskey. John Bernasconi of Los Luceros Distilaria in Alcalde has brought back one of our fabled whiskeys, Taos Lightning, which was even mentioned in the historic novel Blood and Thunder. And the Turley Mill Single Barrel 6-year rye won a gold medal at the 2013 San Francisco World Spirits Competition.
Simeon Turley started making Taos Lightning, we figure, about 1820s. And he was a Kentuckian, and he hired a bunch of locals who were involved in supplying the Army with grain.
We're focused a lot on rye production, due in part to the source in San Luis Valley, which is one of the best high mountain sources of grain in the world. We need about 1,000 pounds of grain per day, and that pushed us further down the rye road because we could get this great quality rye locally. We don't want to give up on bourbon 100%, so we've been growing our own corn here, and this is a Mexican pozole variety that has now acclimated to this area after about 6 years of planting.
One thing we focus on the Digging In series is the way local farms impact the communities. How would you say Los Luceros Distilaria and Farm impacts your area?
Giving people something that is meaningful in their life and important to them has really brought this whole project full circle. Because there's no way that I would have been out here and also trying to balance the books and everything else if I didn't have a lot of people involved that have expertise and enthusiasm for this project.
We also sampled his vodka, orange liqueur, and my favorite, absinthe, which became legal again in the US in 2008. So one of the most intriguing products that you make here is a New Mexican absinthe, Brimstone. There's a lot of misconceptions about absinthe, that people will go crazy if they drink it, or people will hallucinate. In fact, that's not true. And let's talk a little bit about wormwood, which is imperative to absinthe, and toujon, the active ingredient that people are so afraid of.
Well, wormwood is Artemisia absinthium, also called silvermount. It's harvested right when it gets the yellow flower, and then the stems, the leaves, and the flowers are dried. Wormwood goes back hundreds of years, and we found it in vermouths and in medicines. And I'm using it now in my Amaro concoction. So it's very versatile as a flavoring ingredient, and thankfully it's allowed in concentrations up to 6 parts per million. Thujon was the federal regulation allowing us to re-release the traditional absinthe here in the United States.
So we're going to do a very traditional serving here. You don't light it on fire. That's what people do with a lot of really super high proof, not very good quality absinthe. This is a lovely absinthe, so we want to really enjoy it. So you'll take an absinthe glass, fill about an ounce, I do about an ounce and a half of absinthe. We place a sugar cube on top, and then slowly drizzle water over the sugar cube. John, let's talk about what's happening in the glass as this is
So you're seeing the lushing, which is the suspended oils in the absinthe that are now clouding the Green Fairy liquor.
Wonderfully aromatic, slightly licorice smell and taste. Our very own New Mexico Brimstone absinthe for people visiting or locals who want to support our local small businesses and craft distilleries.